should not do anything that I'm doing. You're welcome. And I've never had this happen before. You're screwed. Just kidding. This is street style baking, guys. Hi guys, and welcome to this video. I'm gonna be showing you how to make my infamous lemon poppy seed zucchini bread. Some might even say legendary, depends who you talk to. But basically, you need to preheat your oven to 350, grab your zucchini. I'm a little bit concerned. Mine are turning brown, and I've never had this happen before. But all right, let's just cut off the ends and get started. I'm gonna grate my zucchini into this bowl, and let's just get underway. All right, cutting off the ends, and then using everything. Don't peel your zucchini. The skin is so valuable. Team fiber. All right, grab your grater, and we're good to go. A big life hack for you, if you're ever making anything with lemon and zucchini, opt for a yellow zucchini because then it just looks like lemon zest, which is very visually appealing. This is a workout. You're welcome.
6.5 hours later.
Should I have done this off camera? Maybe, possibly, 100%. I grated 2 full zucchinis. Skin on my baking loaf dish is greased. So now that we got a huge bowl of grated zucchini, we're going to get some paper towel or cloth or whatever you want to use, and we're going to try to mop up, is that the correct word, as much extra moisture as possible. This is key to zucchini bread success. Paper towel in hand. You'll see that there's actually so much liquid. I don't know any other better way to do this. If you have cheesecloth, that would be ideal, I guess. At this point, I think we can just kind of strain it. Set that aside, and we're going to mix our dry ingredients in a large bowl. 2 cups of all-purpose flour with 3/4 teaspoon of salt, baking powder and baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. We're using both because we want to keep some of the tanginess in the recipe, and if we use all baking soda, that's going to neutralize the acid of the lemon, and we want it to be tangy. It's lemon poppy seed bread. But also, if you use all baking powder, then you don't get that browning effect from using baking soda, and that's just gonna enhance the flavor. So we're using a mix of both. You kind of have to use your judgment with this recipe because depending on the size of the zucchini that you used, you'll have to use more flour and how much you pressed out for the liquid. This is 2 cups right here, and then I'm gonna make it and then see if I need more flour towards the end. Grab your measuring spoons, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. If anybody knows a better way to close your open baking soda containers, let me know. 3/4 teaspoon of each cinnamon and salt. All right, finished product. Set that aside. Now we're gonna mix our wet ingredients in another bowl. We're gonna mix 2 eggs. We got our eggs and Greek yogurt. These are omega-3 eggs. It really comes down to financial cost. Yes, there is a benefit to getting that extra omega-3, but they're also more expensive. These happen to be on sale. Can't resist a bargain. All right, eggs are cracked. I'm gonna use 1/2 cup of oil. This is a 1 cup measuring. I'm just gonna eyeball. You should not do anything that I'm doing. You should use exact measurements, but honestly, I just live on the edge. 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt, which is probably what's in here. Plain Greek yogurt. Looking for Piper. Usually she wakes up when she hears a yogurt container, just like Air Bud. Do kids still watch Air Bud these days? That was my favorite movie. We are getting our sugar, and we're gonna do 1 heaping cup. I'm just gonna dump this. There's oil in this now. This is street style baking, guys. Even though sugar is a dry ingredient, it counts as a liquid because those are the properties that it gives to the finished product. Sugar is a tenderizer. We need lemon juice and zest from a lemon. I'm just gonna cut this in half. We need 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm just gonna quickly zest. I'm gonna zest the whole entire lemon. using the small side of this. Want it to be extra lemony goodness. Cut your lemon in half. Protect your eyeballs. So it works out to be about half a lemon. We didn't add our poppy seeds yet. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of poppy seeds. You could really add it to anyone, any bowl of your choice. We're gonna mix this first, and then once it's pretty mixed, I'm gonna fold in the zucchini. I love the color of lemon. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. So we got that mixed. Now let's fold in the zucchini. Fold it in? What does fold it in mean? You fold it in, David. Is there anybody out there who understands my jokes? Very aggressive folding in, doesn't really matter. This is what we got here. Don't forget about your poppy seeds. I'm just gonna mix them in here now because we're about to mix everything together anyways. 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. 3 heaping tablespoons. Now we're gonna fold our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients after we mix this together right now. We're gonna do it in that order because that'll just prevent clumping, but also it'll just mix easier, and you don't want to mix it as much. You don't want to form any gluten. You want it to be as tender of a final product as possible. You also don't want to get rid of all of the CO2 gas that's going to be produced as soon as we mix in. Just mix it until all of the flour is coated in liquid, and then we will assess the situation if we need more flour. If you need less, then I don't know what to tell you. You're screwed. Just kidding. This is what we got here. I'm good with the 2 cups of flour is the consensus for the amount of zucchini that I had. We're just gonna dump it in our greased baking dish, baking pan, loaf pan. The first time I made this, when I was creating the recipe, I had ginormous zucchini, mammoth zucchini, genetically modified, perhaps, some might say. And I could fill 2 loaf pans. So if that's you, don't hesitate to fill another loaf pan. I'm living life on the edge here, the edge of my baking dish. Hopefully it doesn't rise too much. I don't think it will. This baby is gonna go in the oven for 45 minutes and then we'll check it. I'm gonna put this on a baking sheet, worst case scenario. You're like, who is this chick? All right, we've covered our bases. This is going in the oven. We're gonna clean up our space and I'll see you in 45 minutes. All right, so 45 minutes exactly has passed. I let it sit for a little bit and now we're gonna do the taste test. The finished product. It has just like a subtle sweetness to it. It is so good. Delicious. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. That wraps up this recipe video. If you enjoyed, please give it a like and subscribe. And the full recipe is available on dietitianillustrated.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.